Hello, and welcome back to this very last video of the Raise Your Vibration Challenge. It's been one crazy week, hasn't it? I know for certain that I had so much fun going through this challenge with you, and I hope that you did too. The fact that you've made it here means that you have a level of commitment that sadly most don't. So congratulations on completing the challenge. You are amazing. As you look back on the week, I'm sure you can see just how much you've learned in such a short amount of time. And you now know what it takes to recognize when you are operating on a low vibration, how to raise that vibration, and how these steps will lead to manifesting your dream life. And if you're like most who have made it to this last video and have gotten real clarity from this challenge, you're probably wondering what's next. You might be asking, how can I take what I've learned and start to up-level to a more consistent, high-vibe life? How can I shift from my old way of living in stress, in overwhelm, and in low vibrational emotions to that of pure joy, happiness, and fulfillment? Well, in this video, I'm going to share the blueprint you need to do just that. But first, before we take a look at where you're going, let's take a look at how far you've already come. During the challenge, we went over what exactly living a high vibe life means and the steps we can take to start to raise our vibration. We also went over why it's important to recognize when you are vibrating on a low frequency and why taking action to change that is a key part of manifesting your best life. And now, more importantly, you understand that the consequences for remaining in a low frequency will not only affect your life, but the lives of those you love. Now back to the blueprint I mentioned. It's called the High Vibing Soul System, and it's a groundbreaking system that will take you from feeling stressed out and overwhelmed to feeling joy and peace within 6 weeks. It's made up of 3 core pillars: the Vibration Foundation, Soul Connecting Tools to Amplify, and Believe in the Magic. These pillars are the structure you must have in order to up-level to and sustain a high vibe life, the one you desire and deserve. So let's jump right into learning more about these pillars and why each one is necessary to becoming the high vibing soul you are meant to be. Think of these pillars as different pieces of a puzzle. Yes, just like the puzzles you do with your kids. What happens when you can't find that missing puzzle piece? The puzzle is incomplete and your child is usually bummed about it. Right now you are missing these puzzle pieces, and once you implement these pillars and find your missing pieces, they will fit together to create your high vibe life. The first pillar, or puzzle piece, is called the Vibration Foundation. Think of the foundation as the corners of your puzzle. These corners are where one typically starts a puzzle, and we must search for those corners before any additional work can be done on that puzzle. So, what does your vibration foundation entail? Maintaining a high vibrational life takes focus that most people do not have. Why do you think most people, yes, including you, hang out in a low vibration? They lack the focus and consistency it takes to continually work towards going from a lower frequency into a higher one. And to be completely honest, I was in the exact same place before I started implementing the key components you need to live a high vibe life. I promise you, it really is a lot easier than you think. During the foundation portion of the program, you will focus on raising your vibration through things like meditation, journaling, how to make yourself a priority, and creating a daily high vibe routine that works for you. Most people crash and burn when it comes to starting a meditation routine or implementing a new spiritual practice because they are trying to force concepts that are not customized to their very own personal spiritual journey. When we lay your own personal, customized foundation within the High Vibe School and pair it along with the accountability of the community, it becomes 10 times easier to stay consistent and access those high vibrational feelings every single day. The next puzzle piece is Soul Connecting Tools to Amplify. Think of these as the border to your puzzle. Once the corners are found and you begin to work on the border, the puzzle is taking shape. You can see the final outcome become a little bit clearer. So what kind of soul connecting tools am I talking about? Energetic healing tools like crystals, using your chakras and oracle cards, things that will amplify your high vibration. Now that you know the science behind the vibrational scale and our emotions, doesn't it only make sense that we need energetic healing tools as part of our journey to optimal health? You visit the doctor to take care of your physical health, You visit the therapist to take care of your mental health, but what do you do to take care of your energetic health? When you learn how to incorporate energetic healing tools, you begin to experience a magical life. And maybe you are familiar with these tools. Maybe you have them in your home. But are you consistently using them? Do you have a routine in which they are amplifying your vibration every single day? Many people, when learning about spiritual tools, go out and buy all the things. They have great intentions, but a week or so later, those tools just sit in their home collecting dust. And when those tools are not put into use, they are not able to assist us on our journey to manifesting our highest desires. Within the High Vibe School, you will not only learn the history of these spiritual tools, but how to use them in your everyday life to amplify your vibration. Plus, you'll get my top crystal recommendations for beginners so you can get right to work using them on yourself to raise those vibes. The third and final puzzle piece is aptly named Believe in the Magic. This is where the meat of the puzzle is completed and is truly a magical finale. There are things you learned this week that you may have never heard, that possibly blew your mind or made you question everything you knew. When you start dipping your toes into this beautiful, magical, vibrational world, your brain is going to want to keep you safe. It tells you things that aren't actually real and makes you question everything. Beliefs are really the dominant thoughts that create our reality. You have subconscious beliefs you have created since childhood that maybe tell you that manifesting isn't real, or that no, you can't attract what you want through energetic vibration. That's just silly. But what is a belief? It is simply a thought you continue to think, and it carries with it an energetic signature that projects into this 3D world we live in. You may have heard it before, or maybe it's the first time you're hearing it, but most people struggle with manifesting because they are trying to change everything outside of themselves. But when we go to work changing your beliefs, we change your world. The problem is the beliefs that are holding you back the most, you don't even realize are there. I'm here to tell you manifestation and using the power of the moon are both very real, and the belief that you have power as a creator is absolutely necessary for creating your dream life. Without belief in the magic, there is no raising your vibration, and the life you desire will never be manifested. Without belief, your future is the same as your present, a life stuck living with fear, worry, anxiety, and probably, if you're like the old me, a lot of yelling with no tools to manage it. When you learn how to use the cycles of the moon to your advantage and how to amplify your manifestations, there is no stopping you. You will truly be embodying a high-vibing soul. Once you have this entire blueprint in your hands and you've put together your entire puzzle, you will be in control of your emotions and feel a peace you may not have thought possible, better equipped to deal with life's uncertainties, and most importantly, you'll experience more joy in your day-to-day life. This is why I have these exact key components inside of my signature program, the High Vibe School, and why I've been able to help women go very quickly from low vibe living to high vibe freedom. You'll build your new high vibe habits with me as your coach and an incredibly supportive, like-minded community by your side, while learning how to master your new high vibe muscles. This accountability package is like the upgraded TVs in the car headrests that everyone wants but few get, and then later regret it when they start driving their kids around and they won't stop asking how much longer until you reach your destination or whining about how bored they are. How do you think a high-vibing soul would operate most effectively? In an upgraded vehicle that will be filled with happy, quiet kids who will probably make her ride more enjoyable? Or in the downgraded version with no TVs in the headrest? Now, I bet you are starting to see just how quickly things will change when you too begin operating from this new structure built by using these 3 core pillars that make up the high-vibing soul system. You want to know the big secret, the piece that is likely missing and blocking you from the life that you're committing to creating? Well, I'll tell you, but first I wanted to share a few words from my student Courtney. Courtney, a former teacher turned stay-at-home mom to an 8-year-old son, joined my Raise Your Vibration Challenge because she was struggling with creating a spiritual routine and staying consistent while on her new journey. She was craving accountability and community. What she realized during the 5-day challenge was that she really wanted to dig deeper and learn more about spiritual tools during a time when, in her words, the world was and still is in complete pandemic and political chaos. So she signed up for the High Vibe School, and now she is doing things she never did before, like meditating daily, wisely growing her crystal collection as a knowledgeable buyer, and mastering manifestation because she understands the science and technique behind the practice. But the thing that hit me the hardest was when she told me, "This is rubbing off on my son too. He has started his own small crystal collection when he's not trying to snag mine and loves to learn about the crystals," which he refers to as powers. She also told me that he has his own set of positive affirmation cards and that they each pull a card together every morning from their decks. It's incredible how the behavior, negative or positive, that we model to our children is transferred, and Courtney is a great example of how her positive actions are benefiting her young son. Chances are you are here because you are ready to stop living in exhaustion, overwhelm, and unhappiness. Every great high-vibing soul is in tune with their higher self, an inner knowing and a sense of peace and calmness. It's what gives them the focus, the clarity, and the confidence that you need in order to live a high-vibe life. And if you don't yet have a connection to your higher self, you second-guess your decisions, react from a place of fear, and lash out at your loved ones. And this robs the world of the best version of you. If you feel that way right now, how much longer can you really keep this up? Just to reiterate, the High Vibing Soul System is the exact same system I used to connect to my higher self and find my way to the high vibe life I live today, which means you too can take your life from wherever it is right now and vibe it up to the next level, even faster than you thought. Because the moment I connected with my higher self, it was a game changer. I was more at peace, less anxious, and became a much happier mom. And when I began not only connecting with my higher self, but actually trusting it, I never let anxious thoughts, worries, or overwhelm take control of my life again. That's also the moment I began truly operating from an abundance mindset. And that's why I know when you actively work to raise your vibration every single day, you cannot help but start to live a truly abundant, joyful life. Think about it. How much more time do you have left on this earth to live? None of us know the answer, but do you really want to spend the rest of your life living in overwhelm, stress, worry, and constantly stuck in a low vibration? And do you really want to transfer this low vibe behavior to your children? Maybe you're tired. Yeah, kids will do that to a mama. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough time in your day, or maybe you frankly just don't even know where to begin. Believe it or not, these are all chosen emotional states. This is you choosing to live in those low vibrations, whether you realize it or not. What would happen if you chose another vibration? What if you chose to make a change today and step into your high vibe life? If you think I have some magic superpower that makes me unique, well, I don't. As a busy mom of 4 children under the age of 10, trying to run a business while facilitating distance learning and breastfeeding a toddler, I don't have any extra time in my day. I could very easily let overwhelm and anxiety take over my life. I could put myself on the back burner and make sure everyone is taken care of while I just deal with the leftovers. But I drew that line in the sand 2 years ago when my life started to fall apart from living at a low frequency, and now I am living from a high vibration. So what changed? Was it that I continued to let my past define and limit me? Heck no, and you don't have to either. I mean, you can if you want, of course. All you have to do is close this video and go back to doing things the way you were before you started this challenge. But since you're here, I know that you won't, because that's not the type of person that you are. You're choosing to let your heart chakra and your higher self guide you, and not your current circumstances. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to let my heart lead and step into who I needed to be now in order to create what I wanted. And that's exactly what you'll need to do as well, because no amount of busyness or temporary feel-good fixes like wine or a Real Housewives binge will ever compensate for the lack of internal fulfillment that comes from living a low vibrational life. And why would you want it to? Is that what you signed up for? A life of putting yourself last and settling for good enough while your kids are watching and wondering if their mom will ever be truly happy? Is that what you want to model for them? Let me ask you, are you going to be the woman that finds excuses or the woman who looks for solutions? Are you going to be the woman that sees everything wrong in her life or the woman who sees all the amazing opportunities ahead? Are you going to be the woman who already knows so much of these spiritual teachings and says you can do it on your own? Or are you going to be the woman who realizes, I have it, but I haven't actually applied it, and I know I need help to master it? Are you going to be the woman who lives in ego-based fear, or the one who takes aligned action, trusting in her higher self? Are you going to be the woman who takes the time to invest in a free training and gets handed the key to unlock the abundant, high vibe life you desire and then do nothing with it? Or are you going to be the woman who takes the key and says, I'm ready to open the door of unlimited possibilities and potential? Well, if that is you, I am ready and waiting for you on the other side of the door inside my life-changing program, the High Vibe School. And inside of this unique program, I simply hand you the high vibing soul system and teach you how to deeply connect to your higher self, how to create your own personal spiritual practice with the soul connecting tools you resonate with, and how to grow your confidence and belief so that you are living in a high vibration every single day. It's not a fluffy surface kind of, I hand you a system and you figure it out. It's an interactive guided coaching program where I walk you through creating the blueprint for your future, one that is in alignment with your higher self, and one that can lead you to a life of happiness and joy. Learning how to use and apply soul connecting tools is the most effective way to keep your vibration high in order to lead a calmer, happier home. So now it's your time. Very soon I'll be opening the doors to enrollment into the High Vibe School. And if you're still watching this video, we both know there's a reason why. If you're going to be the action taker who's ready for the pathway to a high vibe life, then you have a decision to make. Are you going to be the woman who goes back to her old ways and old excuses, or are you going to be the woman who steps up and takes the actions she knows she needs to take in order to have the high vibe future she wants? If that's you, I cannot wait to see you inside the High Vibe School so that we can continue the journey together. You, me, and a group of inspirational, like-minded women who are on the path to greatness. Soon I'll be giving you all the details so you'll know if you're the right fit for the program and if the program is the right fit for you. I hope you have received great value from the time you have spent in this challenge and it has shifted your thinking about what is possible for you. I urge you to put yourself front and center. Change your life and change the life of the people you touch, especially those little ones that look up to you the most. And more importantly, step into the high vibing soul role that the universe needs from you and do it today. The universe cannot work its magic if you aren't willing to take action. So if you don't take inspired action now, what will change? But if you decide to step into the role of the high vibing soul, what will your life look like in just a few short months from now? If you're one of the fast decision makers and you already know that working closely with me over the next 6 weeks as you learn and apply the high vibing soul system is going to fast track the actual implementation of your high vibe life, then go ahead and click the link below and this will bump you to the front of the line so you'll be the first one notified when we open the doors for enrollment. Thank you so much for being a part of this challenge and hanging out with me the past few days. As you can tell from the passion I bring and the high energy I possess during my live calls, I am living my highest vibe life and I am deeply committed to helping you if you are ready. Remember, you have unlimited potential and I know because you are here, you are ready to tap into that. I can't be any more excited to be by your side as you embark on your amazing adventure into your high vibe future.